judging by the size of me. I don't really get drunk, but my deuce up, I will not live in apology. Obviously, lose my Patron, you suck, gon' make way for a prodigy.
Nobody do it better than me, not incredibly. I do this competitively, uneditably. These falling silent when I walk up in the building. Worry about their future like I'm here to snatch their children. That line was brilliant. How I'm not already in the millions? Am I not the picture of resilience? Why they test my patience? Hyping all this lame. No one got a brain, they just be liking all the same. This is what the I'm in on industry games. I'm convinced that nobody is speaking my language. I'm a good ass, so listen close when I say this. After every feel stainless. I can make a fiend go. Everything I wrote gon' smoke, so dangerous. I can make an Einstein feel brainless. But look on the bright side, hope yield changes. I'ma get it started, please give me a pardon. Cause this the type of beat that get the whole crowd marching. Time to shut it down, we made the whole town Spartan.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Uptown Charlotte and rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. Well, straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Carolina Panthers. Certainly the game of the weekend, maybe the game of the year, the battle of the unbeatens as we get underway. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Now here's the former Panther, had some great years with him. It's Christian McCaffrey. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. You look at this Carolina defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
18 Rodgers. Grab 50.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Oh, he'll take a shot for McCaffrey downfield. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Running left, Taylor, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Mega. Hut.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 42. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Ultra. Go ultra.
On third down, here's Taylor. And he'll go out of bounds after taking a little further down inside the 40. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The Panthers are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT. Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll set up a throw. He's going to air one out. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Panthers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Now this throw caught left side. It will be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him the first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8.
Ready?
Young off the play fake. And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 33 yards that time.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Steal. Check steal.
Here is Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Justin Jefferson with career touchdown number 156. That ties him with Terrell Owens for 5th all-time. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Sliding out of the pocket and unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern a little bit. Whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Unlock Lions! Unlock Lions! Go check! Go check! Go!
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. 12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Panther 11, Panther 11. 79 Broncos.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is incomplete. Well, you look like he had a pretty good line on that, but that would have been a great play. But he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
19, 19 Lions.
They're going to try and throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line.
Sets up a 1st down and goal at the 9-yard line.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Following the interception, Young. Touchdown, Panthers. Jonathan Taylor, a 9-yard touchdown ground. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And Gibson decides against bringing it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Yeah, great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Street.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ready.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
70 Lions. Check smash, go!
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Mustang 19. 19 tight, 19 tight. 65 cat, 7 Pirates. Ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders get a bit closer. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Carolina! Christian Watson, 75 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 24-yard line.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And this might net him a yard, if that, as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, the 25. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
60 Maverick. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Trap 60. Trap 60. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Tressway now as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, Young. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Ready.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Slide blue. Ready.
Now here's Young. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Panther 11. Panther 11.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught inside the 20. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Cowboy 80. Hurt. Go.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
79 Broncos.
He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Panthers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Here we go.
9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. They go play action. Young. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And got his man complete. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. And he's in for the touchdown. On the final play of the first half, the prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And the fair catch signaled for and taken, so they'll begin this third quarter from their 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a getaway drive on their way to a rock-solid victory.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The play fake, now Young. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 66 yards. And the Panthers just continue to roll. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Lightning 18.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Reload. Reload. Ready.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Panther Street! Panther Street! Let go!
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Come on, come on. Set. Hey, check that. Street. Hut, hut.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
Go check.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2 yards. Brings up 4th down.
Dragon 60. Cup 19, 18, Pioneer, 19, Lion, Mustang 19. Go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
On the ready. Hey, check mega. Set.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
Down.
2nd and 9.
Ready.
Again, it's Taylor. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Meanwhile, Young's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That's good for a Panthers first down.
Now Young. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back.
Let's go now. Hut.
Looking to throw, Young. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And now here is another interception. And the Panthers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3rd and 2.
Mega.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Flush to his right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
He's going to let this one go deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Check steal. Claws red.
4th down. Young. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
Okay, ready?
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them.
And my goodness, another interception.
At the 43-yard line.
Let's go. Check, smash. Ready.
To the right side, this is Taylor. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 4.
Smash. Set.
They run once more with Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
Ready?
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's got reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Well, the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
He's going to let it fly. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with
such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Down. Check Fury. Hut, hut.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. Past the 20. A big play there for Carolina. 43 yards. A wet track like this, I don't know if it helps anybody, but it probably helps the offensive player running the ball more than the defense.
And while they're doing that, there's also the matter of focus. Not letting the elements get in the way of still doing everything you're supposed to do. Although you do think to yourself, I've got to hold it a little bit tighter and be more careful with my footing.
He was careful, got a big run out of it.
Set. Set, hut.
And they will take a knee here. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it's just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Carolina, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.